Today we're going to be talking about this mobile project center from Kreg, Kreg Tools. Kreg, you might know them from the pocket hole people. They make the jigs, but they make a lot more now.
Big company.
Yep, and they dropped this off a little while ago, and to be honest, my first impression was it was kind of a little gimmicky, but then one of the guys came over from Kreg and he showed us, gave us a demonstration, showed us what it's all about, and we were all pretty impressed, so we're going to show you what it's all about. So for starters, starts out as a sawhorse.
Sawhorse.
Pretty solid, actually very solid.
Solid like 1,100 pounds, Mark.
1,100 pounds, yep.
1,100 pounds, we got 25 pounds on the lower shelf that we can use.
So that's, it's solid, but once I saw this, I thought, well, it's kind of lame that you don't have, you're going to one cut.
Destroy.
Yeah, you're going to destroy your track, right.
Yeah.
So, but then he showed us with these little grommety, brackety things, you can put on a sacrificial top and blast through that all day and not have to worry about wrecking your mobile project center.
Very smart.
Yep, so that's a sawhorse, and next it kind of, these things fold up nice, and they're actually, they fold up, this whole thing is pretty solid.
Solid, and that, again, 350 pounds at the edge, Mark.
Right here?
350.
So not here, but way out here.
1,100, 350, 25, yeah.
Yeah, that's rock solid.
Yes.
So this, as a workbench or a workstation, would be perfect for, setting up your miter saw, a table saw.
Planer.
A planer.
That's what I love. You can put a planer on it if you're feeding.
Little bench dogs, yeah.
Yeah, so as you're pushing in the light vibration.
Right. Oh, and the feet is nice because the feet are really grippy. So if you are feeding some heavy duty stock in, it's not going to push the whole thing across the room.
Or damaged floors if you're
working on floors, yeah. It's got some like rubber grippy things. So, and if you wanted a bigger workstation, these little brackets on the side here, you can run 2x4s off to another workstation. And
so that's one height.
So you can do multiple heights. And the lower height, this one is really cool because it's it's recessed 3/4.
So you can take two tables, put one on the other end, get some 10-foot 2x4s, put those on there, put a 4x8 sheet of 3/4.
Right. And
tack it down, and you got a giant working station.
Yep, it's all flush and huge. And if you had two of these guys and wanted to hook them just directly together without the 2x4s, they have these little pockets here, and these little bow tie butterfly things. So you put two tables together, and then you connect them with these guys.
Multi-link, as many as you want.
Right, and the tracks line up. And
on all of it. And I love, too, the storage, Mark. It's right. You're not going to lose them.
Yep.
It's right inside there. So.
Yep, that's pretty cool. So, yep, it's a handy sawhorse. It's a handy workstation. And as a clamping station, it's terrific. You can clamp, for assembly, if you're doing face frames or any kind of assembly, it's really cool. So yeah, it's got this clamp fits right down here. So if you wanted to clamp something flat, bam, solid.
Won't move.
And the clamp also fits in this track. And one thing about these clamps from Kreg, they're really nice. They're self-adjusting. They're super cool. So if you wanted to clamp one down, I don't have to, there's no things to twist. I just pull the trigger and bam. If I wanted to do two, nothing, no adjustments, bam. 3. Josh, you are really on the ball today.
3. That is awesome.
No adjustments. That is really cool.
So what happens if it's not tight enough or it's too tight? Then what do you do, Mark?
So then you got adjustment. If you're working with really soft wood and you don't want to mar it up, you can adjust the tension that is on
right there by the handle.
Yeah.
Nice.
But as far as the height, you don't have to do any of that.
Nice.
So, and then these are other Kreg jigs. They're Kreg clamps. And these slide into here like so.
So there's a track in there?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure if other things fit in there, but these Kreg, these Kreg, which are, and this is another adjusting one. So that's pretty slick. And there's other bells and whistles. This thing is, so for screws, they put this little recess thing on the outside.
And that's what I love about this.
we love this. Because how many times
I can talk about this thing all day long. So we got the little screws you can put on. You got the bigger screw boxes. You got screw trays
little trays
you can put in there.
Or miscellaneous hardware.
Yeah. You can run up to the 500 or the larger pack. There's one larger in this, but they recommend not using that. It's got a drill holder. You literally, when you're working on this bench, you have everything right here.
Right. That is cool. And these little bench dogs, not only can they hold material, but they got little rubber grommets on top. So if you want to sand, if you got a finished surface you don't want to mar up, it's perfect for some light sanding or finishing or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But basically this thing, I mean, it's really a well thought out, well designed tool. And it costs $159, and it's a little spendy, but it really, you know, it's a solid made.
Solid, and solid meaning this is pro grade material, Mark.
Yeah.
That's how strong this
Yep.
thing is. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff that's as strong as this out there.
Right. So anyway, pro grade, solid, mobile. What is it? Mobile Project Center from Kreg. Go to their website, check it out. I think it's kregtools.com. And stay tuned for more stuff we love. Yeah, this is nice. And the best thing is we get to keep this.
Yeah, me in the studio.
No, we all get to use
this.
it. It's not your studio.
All means
our
we.
studio.